Yeah, I was playing Black Ops 1 Zombies.
Domination. Capture and secure the objectives. Securing Alpha. Alpha secure.
Look at that. Look at that. Right out the get-go. I'm telling you guys, lever actions are pretty neat. My best friend owns two. He owns two Henrys. One of them's a 22 long rifle, the Golden Boy, and the other is the Henry all-weather 45-70 government. And I gotta say, getting to shoot it was kind of interesting.
I'm reloading.
The recoil does not feel like this in the game. It feels like a lot. It goes in your shoulder. However, I will say it's not as bad as people say it is. It's really all in the way that you brace your. It's all in your forearm strength, you know, whatnot. You have decent strength. If you push your gun outward, you know, to reciprocate the recoil, it's not that bad, really. And I actually find it for the.
We're taking Bravo.
Reloading.
Securing Alpha. We've taken a lead.
Reloading.
Throwing grenade. We've lost Alpha.
I find the link to pull on it in the manual of arms to be pretty interesting. The Henry all-weather. So I thought I might get one eventually, but it's like a $1,000 rifle. It's like a $1,300 rifle. Ammunition is super pricey.
Their snipers down.
That might have to wait.
We're taking Charlie.
On your 6.
Charlie secure. Secure Bravo.
Oh yeah.
We're losing Alpha.
I think I have Destiny, or yeah.
Secure the perimeter.
It's crazy,
Objective Alpha
right?
is
'Cause we
compromised.
wanted to play more Destiny, but it's crazy because I'm actually dating a girl right now named Destiny. So when I say it, it's
We're
weird.
taking Alpha.
There's just too many attackers. So that's one thing I will go ahead and complain about with this gun.
Enemy spotted.
Is just the practical use of it. You're not really going to get precision. Say, up close, because
The enemy took Charlie.
you're going to be scared. You're going to panic because the chances are your opponents are using more modern weapons. But that's not to say that this is a bad gun by any means. You guys can see this gun can do the one-shot potential is insane with this.
Reload.
Accuracy is on point with this. It is a very accurate gun if you do your part. That being said,
Online.
I'm reloading.
Securing
it's not that hard to get good with it.
Reloading.
Taking Bravo.
As you guys are seeing, the prone gameplay here is really fucking solid. Like, using this gun while prone is a very solid maneuver.
We
Covering your
Bravo.
6.
The enemy took Alpha.
We're gonna try and cut them off.
Take an effective fire. Stay with
Alpha.
It's nothing.
Securing Charlie. Objective Alpha secure.
He's gonna turn around and charge at me. I got a few shots on him. He's really low on health. The 45-70 government does not play around in this game. I will go ahead and say that. I will confirm that. I didn't want to shoot because I was moving. I wanted a more precise shot. That's one thing I will say. Moving and shooting with this gun is just you can't do it. It's a crucial sin. The gun holds 6 shots, true, but I mean. mounting in this game with this gun and using focus at the same time might actually prove to be one of the most accurate things you can do with this rifle. And rightfully so. I mean,
All objectives secure. Hold what we've lost.
I don't
Alpha.
want to just stand there because it's camping, and also fuck, I knew they were around there somewhere.
Securing objective Alpha.
Also, this revolver is just a... This thing is... I don't know how to describe this thing. It's goofy as hell.
We're taking Bravo. Enemies taking Charlie.
Trophy system
Bravo
online.
secure.
So I finally got an M1911. Well, it's actually just a standard 1911 A1. But,
Securing objective Alpha. Enemies taking Bravo.
for those that don't know,
We hold
I did
all
post it on the
objectives.
channel.
Keep them secure.
I got a Gen 2 Glock 17.
Enemy securing Bravo.
I got, there's a couple of weapons. Yeah, there was like those two guns I snagged over the course of last weekend.
Enemies taking Alpha.
And if you guys are wondering, hey man, he's fucking streaming on a Friday morning. What's up? Why isn't he at work? You know, he never does this. Well,
Enemy
it's because my
securing
work
Charlie.
canceled
The
because
enemy
we
took
had
Alpha.
completed all the work. We're all caught up with our contracts. There's no more jobs to do. So we're basically at a standstill. So
Got your back.
Bravo
Reloading.
secure.
this person's gun. Nice, but still. Ooh, damn.
Took a round.
Oh my god, I had it lined up right there. Oh my god, that would have been a perfect shot had I had it already ready. I'm in Germany and it's 4 p.m. Obviously, you know, as you can probably tell by my accent, I do live in the States. In particular, Ohio.
Secure.
Taking effective fire.
There we go. That's 1, 2. Let's go. One thing I will say is this gun feels very satisfying. There's one thing about this lever action I must say. It is very satisfying to use. Like, it is a very satisfying weapon.
Enemy contact. Identical.
Like, because the one-shot potential with this gun is insane. I'll just say that right away. It is absolutely insane how much like one-shot potential you have if you do your part.
We're taking Alpha.
Can you come online fast? I'm allowed to use PS3 till 8 p.m. Yeah, after this, let's see, I've only been streaming for about 10 minutes. So, if it's 4 for you now, you got about 4 hours.
Alpha.
Maybe in about,
Drill charge.
maybe in 30 minutes. Let me get a few more matches in and I'll rush down there. Do you want to play Destiny or do you want to play a different game?
Enemies taking Charlie. Securing objective Bravo. We've lost Charlie. We're taking Bravo. Enemy securing Alpha. Securing Charlie.
I don't know, because
Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it back.
girl I'm dating right now, I might hang out with her a bit. I don't know. Black Ops, zombies.
We're losing Bravo. Friendly UAV online.
You have the original Black Ops zombies?
Taking
Like
effective
OG
fire.
Black Ops zombies? Like, when I say OG, I mean like BO1. Shit.
Securing Alpha.
Reloading.
We control all objectives.
That's the only...
Secure the perimeter.
Okay, so Kino is like the only map you got.
We've got him on the run.
Yeah, you'd have to complete campaign, I think, to unlock 5, which is, well, it's one of the crazy maps.
Securing objective Bravo. We've lost Alpha.
Yeah, we can do that. I have almost all the DLCs except for the third DLC, Shangri-La.
Secure.
I really love that DLC though, but I'll get it eventually. Like, here's my thing, I'm just gonna get me a $70 PlayStation bullshit, get me Manhunt and Manhunt 2 digitally downloaded in there, get that goated up, and then go ahead and snag some of the World at War DLC and that third Black Ops DLC. I'll be basically goated. I think for my next handgun I'm going to end up acquiring, I think I'm going to acquire some sort of, like, revolver of some kind. I really want to get a modern Gen 4, Gen 5 Glock 19 and have it set up for, you know, defending my house. I also am very interested in the Beretta APX Tactical. I would love to put like a muzzle brake or compensator, either or, don't really care, on it, and get me, because you see, the thing about the Beretta APX, which in my opinion makes it an amazing gun to get, is the fact you get 3 magazines that are 21 rounds apiece. I mean, that's more than the Glock, that's more than my Glock 17 Gen 2, which does have the military and police magazines of 18 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. So 21 rounds apiece plus 1 in the chamber. I mean, that's a lot of ammo. You know, so if you carry those 2 spare mags with you, you're essentially carrying over 60 just over 60 rounds of ammunition. I mean, I'm just saying, to me, that just seems really solid. Now, one thing I have heard is the recoil can be a bit snappy, so I'm just going to assume if you go in and put like a good muzzle brake or compensator, I'm going to go in and say that you could probably get that recoil, you know, more controllable. We could play RDR, Destiny, COD, BO Zombies, or my favorite, Minecraft. I do not have Minecraft at this time for PS3, but I can go ahead and tell you, I remember the early days of PS3 Minecraft, because I didn't get to really play Minecraft too much because, you know, I didn't really have a PC. I was able to play a little bit of Minecraft on my friend's PC and Pocket Edition back in the day. That was my Minecraft experience. But I also got to play it on Xbox a long time ago at my friend's house. And so, anyway, long story short, I didn't really get to experience much Minecraft until it was released for PS3. And when it was like one of the most, I overhyped the hell out of it. Played the hell out of it, really enjoyed it. Minecraft was enjoyable because I was in the 5th grade at that point in time. I was a wee 5th grader when that game came out, and the fact that people still play it today, I'm like 21 years old now. So the fact that people are still playing the game like religiously is insane to me. Hey, Lara Croft. Awesome. I really want to get that back. I love Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is top tier. Lara Croft is top tier. I'm just saying. Regardless though, I still feel like it's just crazy to me.
Enemy in the area. You lose.
Damn it. Though regardless,
What's your rush?
yeah, dude, it's crazy to me, man. Video games have just, I don't know, man, I feel like there's just this declining quality in newer games. Like, there's a lot more pay-to-win stuff, whereas back in the day there really wasn't. Pay-to-win is not really in a lot of the games that I play, though, but I feel like in a lot of games, you know, like the Star Wars Battlefront bullshit, whatever. I know War Thunder's basically pay-to-win, though if you put in the hours and the time into it, you could easily get the things that you need in War Thunder. One of the other things I just wanted to go ahead and mention was Call of Duty, right? I feel like the newer Call of Duties, I don't know, man. They're not as great. I'm not, like, I will say the newer Modern Warfares, I've been pretty excited about them. I will say it's a shame we didn't get a 1911 from, you know, or a Beretta 92 FS. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, if they gave us the Beretta 93R, or the 93 Raffica, I feel like it would have been a really outstanding pistol. Having a 3-round burst pistol with an immense accuracy and a really good fire rate would have made this a really interesting game. I'll just go ahead and say that. I'm not a fan of the revolver we got, though. This is, quite frankly, it says it's a 500 Magnum. If you actually read into like the attachment slots when you go to ammo, it says .500. So it's like 500 Magnum. The issue I have with that is 500 Magnum is a lot bigger than what the game is giving us. The game is giving us basically a 357 Magnum and calling it a 500 Magnum, which essentially I have a huge problem with that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. My issue with it is I've shot a 500 Magnum. It has monstrous recoil. Now, depending on what type of rounds you shoot, if you're shooting like low recoil target ammunition, yeah, it's actually quite tame. But if you're shooting like these elephant killers, yeah, no, the amount of recoil and the muzzle energy from those rounds is just a lot. I feel like it's just unrealistic. I feel like 500 Magnum is impractical in almost every application for the military. The military figured out bigger doesn't always mean better, because, as you guys probably remember, back in World War II, we used the bar. Okay, the bar was actually calibrated in 30-06. Full auto 30-06 may not be the most effective thing in the world. However, the Garand was also in 30-06, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this. When they figured out the killing power and the better recoil of 308 or 7.62 by 51, I believe it is.
Requesting recon flyover. Copy. Taking effective fire.
When they figured out the effectiveness of that, we got the M14, right? Which is basically, for all intents and purposes, M1 Garand with a detachable magazine with a better gas system, essentially, and with full auto capability and in 308. However, the government would go through another sequence during the 1960s in Vietnam where we were trying to basically get something even lighter than 308. We got 5.56 by using the AR-15 platform of weapons and making some minor tweaks and adjustments to the platform to create a weapon known as the M16, we all know and love. Now, I will go ahead and say this. We still use the M16. And, I mean, rightfully so. The AR-10 is an amazing weapon. I mean, the M4 might be the more modern iteration, but we still do use the M16 in our military. On a very limited and lesser basis, true, but to a degree, I must say, like when it comes to the world of weapons and development and the amount of hours of research you can put into it, I mean, it's just something that in my opinion is amazing. And I'm just one of those guys that just loves guns. I mean, it's as simple as this, man. I enjoy shooting, I enjoy the history, I enjoy just sitting there taking apart my handguns or my rifles and then putting them back together. I just enjoy it. It's a way to kill time. And it's a skill. So the more you do it, the better you get at it. The more comfortable you get with it, you know, yeah.
Hostile UAV intercepted.
Contact! Requesting recon flyover!
And I gotta say, man, using this lever action, using a civilian weapon in a military setting, yeah, it doesn't feel right, but it feels fun. I know why they put this in the game. Because if they didn't, people from Modern Warfare in 2019 would have something to say about it.
Hostile airstrike incoming.
Yep, we'll play some Kino. You might consider getting at least Ascension or Call of the Dead. Those are really fun DLC maps. Or if you really don't, if you only want to get one DLC, but get a lot of zombies maps, you might consider getting the Moon DLC or Resurrection, because essentially you'll also get all the World at War maps, so you know, you'll be able to play Nocturne, Verrucht, Shinuma, and Aris, all for the price of one zombie map, and also not including Moon, which is, well, I mean, it's Moon. The very iconic piece of zombies history right there. But personally, the 3 DLCs I bought were Moon to get the World at War zombies map packs, and Moon itself. Call of the Dead and Ascension. I just got only one more DLC map pack to go, and next paycheck I'll have it. So, is what it is. Because I do have a physical copy of Manhunt 2. I don't really like playing it because it's physical and it runs so well, and I just want to keep it in like pristine condition. I've decided to get the digital copy or edition of Manhunt 2 for the PS3. I might even get a couple of those really weird and obscure games that were only digital exclusive. I also decided I might get a couple more games I really enjoyed growing up as a kid playing. Condemned 2 Bloodshot. Although I never got to play Condemned 1 Criminal Origins. I also really want to get a few more games that were pretty badass back in the day. Damn. Trying to get this lever action leveled up. But yeah, we'll play a few games of Kino.
We've got them on the run. Keep it up. Hostile care package in this sector.
I'm taking fire!
1 minute remaining.
I'm loading.
Alright, that's fucking beast. I really like this Glock 17. Yeah, I really want to get like a more modern, like a Gen, like maybe a Gen 3, a Gen 4, or a Gen 5 Glock. So I really want to get the 19. I also want to get a Glock 40. I understand now why Glock is so overrated, and I understand why the Glock community really likes the Glock. There's a lot of reasons for it. I'm still not the biggest fan of Glock, in my opinion. Still, even though I'm an owner. even though I am the owner of an amazing Glock, I still must say, I still have a preference towards Beretta. Like, nothing can change that. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, again, I mean, it all comes down to personal preference. I just personally prefer the Beretta 92 FS over 90% of the Glocks. And when that's like, you know, I mean, sure, I'll say this, you know, Glock has a huge aftermarket. In a lot of ways, Glock is, how do I want to put this? Glock is like the Nissan GTR of guns. It's, in a lot of ways, it's a lot of people's favorite. It's a very overrated car. When I say GTR, I mean like the R34. You know, in a lot of ways, it's extremely overrated because for some people, it's their only gun. For some people, it's the only gun that they've ever bought. You know, so it's, they've bought maybe 5 or 6 guns and they're all Glocks. But in my opinion, you know, yeah, I mean, at one point, this was the, if it was good enough for the police and military, you know, it's good enough for me, is what I always say. And even Smith & Wesson has their MMP series, military and police series of firearms, which are the more modern guns, but Smith & Wesson makes amazing revolvers along with Colts. And I gotta say, I've been genuinely impressed with Smith & Wesson and Colt. You know, their offerings are pretty up there. And I'd say, you know, that rivalry between Smith & Wesson and Colt is pretty up there. Like, you might be able to say, oh yeah, well, Smith & Wesson has badass revolvers, but Colt makes the Python, so, you know, whatever. Anyway.
Sniper's down. Reloading.
So 8 shots now. I'd say that feels more better. 8 shots feels really good. This feels like a really nice lever action. I also feel like there was a lot more accuracy back there. Like I wasn't even trying all that hard to even hit shots, and I was getting some good ones.
They tagged me! Sniper's done! Reloading.
We've lost the lead.
I'm pulling myself out of there. Whoa. That was a lot. I don't know what my next handgun should be though, guys. I mean, I'm thinking I really want to get like a cheap ass revolver. So I mean, I just want some cheap guns. So I'm thinking maybe I might get like a Taurus 38 special snub nose subcompact size revolver, and then also the same day get the Heritage Rough Rider because it's only like $100. You know, get a couple cheap revolvers because, you know, I mean, having a 22 pistol is really nice, but also just having like a fun little revolver kind of sort of thing, like a classic Western revolver would be excellent to the gun collection, not so much the arsenal. But I feel like just like a 38 snub nose that's cheap. Yeah, it's not going to be nearly as great as the Smith & Wesson or Ruger offerings, or any other company, I guess, that offers that kind of thing. I really want to get a Smith & Wesson J-frame revolver because, I mean, those are just, well, one, they're classic. Two, they're they're somewhat practical for what they are, and it's just you might as well get something of higher quality. The other crazy thing is I also want to get like a Taurus Judge and the Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum with the full-size bull barrel. I also want to get a 44 Magnum of some kind. Something very basic, standard looking. Probably going to be a Smith & Wesson as well. And I really, really, really want to get one of those 22 Ruger Mark IVs. They're classic. Probably going to also grab myself a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 in 38 or 380. Or even in the 40 Smith & Wesson, which I think would actually be slightly better. But I also think I might get a Beretta 80X Cheetah in 380 and a Beretta APX. And obviously the aforementioned modern Glock 19. So, not gonna lie, I also have Magnum Research's Desert Eagle on my arms list. So, again, there's some names I gotta... So I do this thing where I write down a list of firearms that I want to acquire. And what I'll do is I'll price them out and try to, finance them in some way or another and get them. Because I gotta tell you guys, really, some weapons that aren't on my arms list are either that I end up snagging, either they look really, really badass and they're cheap, or they're really, 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 really cheap used guns that you might as well grab because they're cheap and you're probably never going to see another one for a long time. So, that's my whole thing. Either way, though, when it comes to AR-15s, I am lacking. I only have one AR-15. I would like to get a few more. And I don't know, it's just it's an addiction. It really becomes an addiction after a while of firearms. You could say I have the addiction of just buying guns. I don't really call it buying guns, though. I call it exercising my rights. But either way, I'm going to go hop on my PS3 and play with my homie here. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.